Very good morning, very good afternoon, Namaskar. Honorable Vice Chancellor, Usman University, Professor Ravinder, Honorable Vice Chancellor, Hyderabad Central University, Professor Jagdishwar Rao, Professor Raghu Kalluri from MD Anderson Cancer Center, then Professor Limbadri, Chairman, Telangana State Council of Higher Education, Professor Malesham, uh, all others who are present on the dais, dignitaries, and off the dais, once again, namaskar and very good afternoon to you. Um, Firstly, Usman University is so close to me. I've been associated almost last about 35 years with this university in various research programs and activities and with various professors, students here. It's like someone said it is homecoming and be with your own people, be with your own family. In fact, it was so a difficult situation to come for me here today. The way Professor Malesham and others have actually literally brought me here, of course with tremendous amount of affection. I couldn't say no, and then I had to be here today for this very inspiring event which the Honorable Vice Chancellor has taken up. Particularly the awards for the faculty in research excellence is an important move which happens to be the second occasion today on the same day of January 3rd. As we all know, any university or any academic institute, primarily it's the most important person there becomes the teacher. Any university, any college, any school, I think Professor Raghu was saying, the teacher is remembered. The institute excels with the teachers and the professors' name. If the professors and teachers are good, automatically the department is very good, and then the university is good. Then automatically students are also very good students. And naturally this professor who is so excellent, he also knows how to maneuver himself and get the infrastructure also established in the university. So it's very important that we have faculty who are getting inspired and who are going to do a deep-rooted research, and a lot of research outcomes are going to come out of the department of the university is very important for any university in the country. So we should congratulate the Honorable Vice Chancellor, Mr. Professor Ravinder, for introducing the scheme of awarding the people who have excelled in their research in the university and inspiring each and everyone to get into more and more deep-rooted research in the areas what they are connected to. Friends, one thing is today very clear. Country is going through a transforming phase. It's evolving itself as a hub for technologies, science, research, and many things. Lots of things are happening in the last couple of years. If you look at the changes what are happening, whether in the student community or the academic community or the universities or the industry, I'll put some of the important things what are going through. If you look at, I don't think about 10 years back we had a culture where universities and institutes have been competing themselves to improve their rankings day by day. There is a tremendous competition among the universities and institutes to improve the rankings today, right from IITs to universities in the country, that this is my ranking, and is actually measured that the university is improving day by day by the rankings is shown, and every university strives for it. And lots of universities are improved their rankings even globally. Look at maybe about 10-15 years back, we didn't have in one academic institutes in the first 500 rankings of the global rankings. Today we have multiple in the first 500 rankings of the global rankings. Many IITs and IIScs are part of it now, and they're all trying to join the first 100 rankings club. This is one thing what you can see. Within the country, you see, talk about IITs or universities, they have been improving their rankings, and they talk about my rankings is this, and my number of papers published are this, and my index is this much, whatnot, and all that. It's a continuous competition which is going on. There is one change. Look at our premier technological institutes in the country, IITs. Majority of the students, more than about 75% of the students earlier, whoever were coming out of these institutes were going abroad. Majority of them, 75 to 80% probably, or maybe more than that. Now today, if you look at the statistics of the IITs, I can say almost 75% of the graduating students from IITs are staying back here in the country. This is a sea change what we are seeing today. Now, we didn't have much of startups, MSMEs, or industry base in the country. The industries were more or less who were there were called as built to print, meaning somebody designs and gives a print drawing, then you manufacture as per that. So they were just manufacturing houses. The scenario is changing. They all become built to specifications. You say, I want a system, he designs, develops, and produces it, sort of a thing which has come in the country in a big way. Lots of industries have their own research centers within their industries, and who are trying to compete globally. Look at the startups. In year, I think 2017, the total number of startups in the country were 461. 461. Today, the number of startups which are registered with the Government of India, Department of DPIIT, is 75,000 startups. 75,000 startups. So the youngsters who are coming out of the academic institutes now are more and more trying to establish their own startups and working on lots of new technologies, new systems, and new mechanisms, whatnot, everything. And in fact, I'm talking about primarily on the engineering now, is when you look at about maybe again 5 to 10 years back, majority of the students who are coming out of the engineering institutions, technological institutions, were getting into IT, information technology, independent of what faculty they are. They may be IT and computer science, but also electronics, electrical, civil, mechanical, metallurgy. Everyone after this were getting into IT. Nothing wrong, because that was the opportunity. But then today, the youngsters who are coming out are working on core technologies as their own in the startups, research centers. If you look at, people are working on metallurgy, people are working on propulsion technologies, people are working on green propulsion technologies, engines, materials, whatnot. Today you are seeing lots of people have, youngsters have startups in the space technologies. There are a lot of things in the defense now, aerospace technologies. Many people who are there, who are working in the core technologies coming out of the research, and you have seen in the space recently a startup has launched one launch vehicle very recently. So this is the sea change, what is happening in the youngsters and who are coming out, and every institute now has got innovation center or incubation center. They are promoting the students who are coming out to have an incubation center. In the incubation center, they work on that and come out with innovation, and trying to see that that is becoming marketed everywhere. This is again a big sea change. Many of the academic institutes, I am sure that Osmania University also has such an incubation center, and if it has not taken off, I wish that today we can take a decision that by next year the incubation center has flourished or has got lots of startups in that, where you are promoting and nurturing a lot of startups from this place. Because innovation is one thing which is actually driving now entire world, and our product has to be innovative, and the people are working towards innovations, and the academic institutes in the country are becoming the engines of innovations. This is one thing which is coming. And if you can see that change, the country is also building the systems which are actually one of the best in the world. I just give two examples what are that we can see. On 15th of August this year, when Honorable Prime Minister was speaking from the Red Fort, there was a gun fired which is said, after 75 years of independence, you are hearing to the sound of an indigenously developed gun, which is 155 artillery gun. That was indigenously built in the country, produced by an industry, and that is the world's longest range gun. No other gun in the world has that range of this 155 artillery gun. That is what announced by Honorable Prime Minister there. Within about a month, he has commissioned one aircraft carrier, INS Vikrant, which is the aircraft carrier built indigenously in the country, and the total content in that aircraft carrier is about 80% indigenous. Majority of the things, in fact, the complete steel, whatnot, everything is made, and for that ship is produced in the country, research done from a Hyderabad lab here called DMRL, and many industries produced. The two major things I've just given, and lots of other things. Today our youngsters have come out with quantum technologies. We are one of the very few countries who have demonstrated quantum communication technology in the world today, over 100 kilometers distance. India has become a hub for drones related technologies, drones and drone based technologies. Recently, when there was a conference in Delhi, which Honorable Prime Minister has come and inaugurated that exhibition and conference, there are more than 120 startups which have exhibited their startups in the startup technologies in the drone related technologies. So this is the change what is happening in the country, and country is evolving itself as a leader. I think Professor Raghu said we should become leaders. This is one very important thing I keep telling, that we have been followers. Somebody develops and we also catch up and we also try to develop it later. No, we have to change from follower to leader. We have been a major importer of equipment. That is getting changed now. We are trying to become exporter and trying to become leading exporter. Even in our own sector, defense areas, we have been importing a lot, and we have been one of the leading importers of defense equipment. Now we are changing ourselves. This year itself, we have more than 13,000 crores of equipment, defense equipment has been exported. And there are a lot more inquiries coming from the entire world. World is looking towards India as one of the major technological hub which can make lots of new things. This is the ambition of the leadership of the country as also, that we should become a leader and we should make things which are first of its kind. Not that what is made and I will also make here, and towards that the research should happen. That is where the academic institutes play a major role. Academic institutes are the basic institutes, the fundamental institutes where the core research happens, which later the laboratories or the industry takes on from there and try to develop the products which can be innovative and things like that. The core research need to happen where in the academic institutes like Usmania University, which actually this award ceremony encourages the professors to get into more and more and core research. What I am saying is, if you look at the calls given by Honorable Prime Minister in the last 6-7 years, first he gave a call for Make in India. You try to make here in the country everything, don't try to import. Then given the call is Atmanirbhar Bharat, that is self-reliant India, meaning you have the complete know-how, know-why, you have the complete research, you know the complete knowledge, and you can design it, you can make the things here, is what Atmanirbhar Bharat, you are not dependent on anything from outside and coming here. The next call is given is Make for the World. That is the one what is the most important thing which takes the country into next level. We have to become a great nation, we have to become a leader in the world. The products of Indian products should be there everywhere in the entire globe, and that comes out of if we have a good research outcomes, if we are doing a good innovative things. That is what is the most important things which we need to cultivate here, and particularly the youngsters, the youth of this country, which is the core strength of this country, the manpower, the youth of this country. We need to cultivate this culture of research and innovation into them by the learned professors and make them come out with great innovations. And I am sure that we will be able to carry on this task and then improve year by year. And as Professor Ravinder, the Honorable Vice Chancellor, was saying, step by step, year by year, let's say Professor Rangopal Rao has said that this year we should have global summit of the alumni of Usmania University. Great alumnus. In fact, I can say from our side, Professor Bhagavantam, who is one of the chiefs of DRDO, the original chiefs of initial days, is Professor Bhagavantam, was from Usmania University. Likewise, there are many eminent people. Look at any industries here in Hyderabad and wherever it is globally, many people have come out from this university which stands tall with more than 100 years of its establishment. So from this university, year to year, we need to see that a lot more things are happening. Let's say in the alumnus meet what we have today, I am sure that a lot of resolutions may happen and a lot of decisions will be taken to support the university in this. See, one important thing, the society has invested in all of us a lot. We all got education at almost nothing, and we are now in a good position in the society. It is our duty to give back to the society, to give back to the university. All of us who have studied have to take a resolution that I give back something to it. Let it be in whichever form. I am the department from which I have come, I will strengthen the department, I will get you some good equipment, or otherwise I am here in some university there, I will ensure that there is a collaboration happens between this university and that university. We can have some common projects, or we can also have some students exchange program, and we will have a support mechanism like this. Or otherwise, a professor there, I takes a decision that once in a year, 1 month at least, I will come and teach here in the Usmania University on a specific subject, or some sort of a decisions what the alumnus has to take. This is one thing what I thought. Second, coming to the university, with the new education policy coming into picture and new education policy working more and more, not just on the theory alone, then you need to put a lot into practice and then work on those things. Many universities and many institutes in the country are working on more and more on having a practical work and giving credits to that practical work. You need not go to so many, let's say I have 12 subjects where I have to give exam and then get marks and pass. Yes, I take out some 2 subjects, 3 subjects which are not very essential, whereas I introduce a practical work in that, I give credits to that, and then that are also taken part of the whole curriculum, and then he is evaluated based on all that. Let's say any master's program here, everyone needs to work, let's say about 3 months in the society on a particular problem. Everyone, let's say, let it be any department, let it be engineering department, or it can be sociology, or any other biology or agriculture related. See, goes to a society within the city, or goes to a village and takes a problem, works on it, and then you come out with a small outcome of it, or otherwise you drive the people in the village and use your outcome, and then there is a change in the village happening, and you brought in a change in the village or a basti, whatever it is, one of the things which actually university gives automatically credits to that work. This is one of the important things. Probably when we go to that particular area, basti or village, the people who have emanated from that area, we also can bring in them and then collect them and to give something back to the society, to the village, to the area, with the problems what you have identified, with the support what you are giving. Anything, it can be, say, a lawyer also can go and try to see how the legal problems what they have actually channelized, and then they help the people there. Somebody has working on civil engineering, how the canals can be improved there, agriculture related aspects can be improved. Agriculture university can work on more on agriculture things, or other drainage related things, many other health related things. People can work. This is one of the important things probably universities definitely should bring in picture, where a practical work in the actual society gets credits is one of the important things what I thought I should mention here, and we all should be taking care. This is one thing. Second, I also heard from Director IIT of Hyderabad, then a concept has been brought in where now instead of everyone working in silos, let's say we have whole of Hyderabad approach, meaning all the academic institutes here in the universities in the Hyderabad, or the research labs in the Hyderabad, collectively, jointly take up some 2-3 missions which are important for the Hyderabad. And all of them work with each one contributing whatever the specialization they have. This is one of the important concepts which is emerging in the country as a whole. As actually Honorable Prime Minister continuously drives for one thing, whole of the government approach. Similarly, it is actually whole of Hyderabad approach. All the academic institutes and the research laboratories here work on some mission mode projects, 3, 4 mission mode projects, which are very essential and useful to this Hyderabad, and work towards that and make that. So I request Usman University also to work towards that and make synergize all the academic institutes and the laboratories here in the city or Hyderabad, and make them work for a common cause. This is one of the another important things what we need to look at. And probably another important thing is a continuous faculty development program also. The faculty which is there, how to improve the skills, how to improve the knowledge, and then what is they can be get more associated with the universities which are at a much better infrastructure or better other facilities are there, where they can get more and more exposed for a short-term period of, let's say, 1 week, 10 days, 15 days, once in a year or something like that, where they get better exposures, not just in the conferences, but physically sitting in those institutes and laboratories, sort of a thing, one more important thing to be done. And as finally, as a scientist from defense and defense R&D, Usman University is one thing which has been very closely working with defense R&D, the laboratories here, and that's how I used to come here almost once in a 15 days or something like that. The relationship continues and there is a lot of regard. I definitely say that the defense R&D will support Usman University, and I request Usman University with its research outcomes should support the defense R&D also in a big way, having majority of the DRDO laboratories present in the city of Hyderabad. Utilize that opportunity and try to work more and more with those projects. And as such, actually, the government and Ministry of Defense, Honorable Rakshana Mantri, are pushing more and more research to happen in the academic institutes. Today we have almost about 1200 crores worth of budget for the research projects which are happening in the academic institutes. So many more can be done. I request and I definitely say that we also support Usman University to take up this task and work and contribute more and more in country becoming Atmanirbhar. I am very sure with all these eminent professors and faculty and the people who are present here on the dais and the alumnus will be able to take major decisions and to take this Usman University to a greater heights and making the nation receive the fruits of this research here and nation excels itself. Thank you very much. Jai Hind. Namaskar. All the best.